Hello everyone and welcome back to WAW Bandai product and figure review. Today we got a quick announcement. I managed to get to a 141 subscribers as of right now. So thank you so much for all your support with this channel. Please, let's get those subscribers coming up, because the more subscribers we get, the more cool content that we're going to be able to do. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we actually have for one of our models, which I kind of have a little hidden right here. So this is actually a newer model that came out at the beginning of 2023, and this is the model of the new MGSD ZGMF X10A or Freedom Gundam from Gundam SEED. So this is the new SD Gundam. Again, this is brand spanking new. This model just came out this year, and let's just take a look at the box art on this. This is just gorgeous box art. So let us roll opening, and then we can take a look at the box and the inside for this unboxing of the MGSD Freedom Gundam. This is the front cover of the Freedom Gundam MGSD, my apologies. So for anyone that's trying to figure out what the heck the MGSD stands for, this is the Mega Grade SD Gundam. So this is basically the equivalent of a Master Grade Gundam in 1/100 scale, but in an SD Gundam form. We can take a look at this right here. We can see there's a lot of cool posability. It shows the inner frame fairly well, front and back, and yeah, really cool kind of pose, like right there. So that's actually kind of cool. Could use that finger. Again, when we turn the box the other way, we can see that there's a whole bunch of different posability that we can actually do with this. So yeah, this actually looks pretty cool for the box, and this is all new kind of mechanics. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting. So that was the box. So now let us get into the actual unboxing. So again, I love how the top of this box art looks. It's super cool, super dynamic, and yeah, if you're a Gundam SEED fan, especially a Freedom Gundam fan, this is so worth getting for your collection. So let's open this up, and like always with all my videos that I try to do is that everything is still in the packaging. So yeah, I love doing these full-on unboxing because we get to experience this firsthand for everyone. So let's kind of take a look and see what we kind of got here. It's actually looking fairly nice. This is a deep box, actually. So there's a lot of parts in here. Some clear parts. We'll eventually get to look at those. I'm just trying to make my way down to the instruction manual. And there we go. We have the instruction manual right here. And yeah, so this gives us specifics for the unit, I'm not quite sure if this is the for the actual unit itself, or if it's for the SD Gundam unit itself, but I digress on that, and let's take a look on the inside of the pamphlet. So let's scoop those out. So yeah, as we can see, we actually have fairly good amount of parts here. So let's kind of zoom in there for you guys. Alright, so it shows a pretty good amount of runners. So again, this is a Mega grade or MG grade Gundam. So there's going to be quite a few parts on here and a lot of detail, but on a really, really tiny model. So, darn. No colored pages like the Witch for Mercury kits. But this does give us, I believe, step-by-step on each position or part or section that we're going to be building this. And yeah, it kind of gives us basic instructions. Again, since this is a much newer kit, the instructions are actually going to be translated into English. So this is going to be very helpful for any American speakers out there that can't read Japanese, that can actually understand roughly what the instructions are trying to say, instead of just solely relying on pictures. So moving on to this section, looks like we have the head units, various parts that are probably going to have to be painted, and so they are giving us either some sticker numbers that we're going to need to do, or more like a cautionary thing that we need to do, mostly for stickers. So let's move on to the next page on this wonderful instruction manual. So we have the chest unit, shows us the assembly for that. The arms shows us different variety of what we can actually do for posability and parts. So it does help us out with trying to figure out how to form these. This is actually kind of cool. That's there are very detailed hands for this unit. So that's quite impressive for that. So it's semi-posable, but not like articulated joints for the hands. But yeah, so again, hand units, assembly, leg units, and yeah, so it's just standard. Ooh, look at that, this center page, and this is going to show us a lot of the posability, the pretty much this is showing like a really what you could end up having if you put the time and effort to have a really nice looking kit. And look at all of the articulation and detail that you are getting with this particular kit. Yeah, so you have a variety of different posabilities, and yeah, this is actually really well. I was really looking forward to getting this and start working on this kit. So what I might do for a future video is actually do a build tutorial on the SD Freedom Gundam, just because of how really nice it is. So moving on to the other pages, we have the backpack unit with its wings and blasters. So that's the basic wing assembly, and side jets assembly for its side cannons. This is looking like it's more of the actual backpack for the wings, which have a lot of unique posability to them. So, and there we go. And we are getting close to the end of this little pamphlet. So here's the last page where it has the shields on the assembly for the shield and blaster on how and where you can hold the shield, where the blaster can be stored. And here is a sticker sheet for all of the parts and well, stickers technically, or decals for this unit, which there is quite a bit for an SD Gundam. The sad thing is, I believe these are going to be stickers, so they're not water slides, but depending on what type we have, we might have rub-ons, which are okay. Still prefer decals, but a little more process to that. And last but not least, we have the back booklet, or the back of the cover. And this is actually the part that I really like, is they give us a color guide of all the colors that this unit is going to be, and it is in English, so you can actually figure out what colors you are going to need. And I believe it is white, blue, gray, yellow, red, light gray, and black, which that doesn't necessarily look really black. But yeah, that actually helps tremendously with figuring out color and a different variety of detail that you can do that they show on the bottom of this instruction manual. So this is actually looking really, really good for this model. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the runners themselves. And like I said, I love to do fresh opening. Alright, so we got runner. Let's see, what number runner this is. This is G1. So this looks like it's more towards the side armor, chest, back, and parts of the blade or shield. But I think these are more towards the wings. So that's really nice, well done plastic. Again, Bandai does a really good job with doing color coding for its parts. So that looks really nice. The lines on here are really well done. So let's move on to this one. And so I need to zoom in for you guys actually can see what I am talking about here. If I can zoom in a little bit. My apologies, technical difficulty with the camera. Alright, so what I'll just do is, I just really wanted to emphasize the detail that they actually have on this. There we go. Really wanted to show the detail that they have. You can see the panel lining on here is really, really well. And same with this. There's a lot of really nice panel lining there. So this is going to be really fun. This is going to have a lot of detail for this model. So forwarding it again. So that's the first two runners, and this was runner D. And this also has the neck guard as well, and a few vents for this, and a portion of the side blaster, and a few other joint parts. So that was the gray parts. I might need to get a little knife. Give me one moment. Alright, gotta grab a knife for this one. Alright, so this is where we have some really nice clear parts, and yeah, this is kind of really cool. So this is going to give us a really nice bluish effect when we're actually building this. So I'm not quite sure where these parts go, but I have a kind of an educated guess. But yeah, that's looking really nice for the clear parts. So yeah, that's looking really nice. Moving on to runner D1. This is again kind of like a duplicate, because whenever you have D1 and D2, they're duplicate parts. So this is the remaining parts of what we were talking about, but with the back armor and side armor plates. the detail on these are still very well done. So this is going to be a really cool, fun kit to put together. So let's move on to the next set of runners here. We'll just do this because it's just going to go quicker. Alrighty, so let's start out with these. So this is the side and wing portions of this model. Again, this is really good detail. I would probably still recommend painting if you would like, just to get rid of some of these afterglow marks that happens with standard, press for plastic. But overall, it does look really nice. Details really well. There's nice detail with the vents that you can paint. But yeah, that's looking really nice. It's a nice shade of blue. So again, it does a really good job of what color you need to paint this. If you do want to paint this. So that's really nice. And the plastic is really well done too. It's not really flimsy plastic. Bandai's been always really good. And now we are coming to a lot of the inner joints for this. Again, this is a MG or master grade. So there's going to be an inner frame for this unit. So this is where we're going to see the head, the joints, the rifle, which is in 2 separate pieces, the blaster cannon for the barrel, and several other parts for joints. And the head unit is in 2 pieces, where eventually we'll get to the cool color for these eyes. Alright, next we're on our red parts here. So from what I'm understanding, this is all the red that we get with this kit. So we got some basic parts for like the hands, and various, these are more like cosmetic parts for the units. So for more of like the wings, the hands, for the tops, feet, that kind of thing. So these are minor detail parts, so they're still fairly well detailed. So let's move on to the next. Alrighty, so we got 2 duplicates again. So these are just runner F. So yeah, these are again for the inner frame. We got quite a few parts. This is where we're also starting to see more for the joints, armor plates, hands, because I'm already seeing like the palms and the fingers for this. So it does have some type of flexibility for posable hands, but it's looking fairly nice. Again, it's a nice brown gray color, like a dark gray brownish color, so that's a really nice shade. So there are several colors. When I decide to do a build tutorial, I'll probably give a little thing on what colors I'm using as well, and how to kind of paint these. So let's move on to the next set that we have here. And we're starting with our first blues. So what we have here are our cool beam sabers. We get 2 beam sabers. That's actually fairly common with most of these kits. And then we have, again, duplicate parts. So both runner B are duplicates. What these parts are, they're looking like it's the shoulder for these parts. So we can see right here that this is parts for the blaster wing, shoulder, or this part right here is more for the side armor plate that's on the front front and sides for the hip. We got the front and back for the arms, parts for the gauntlets. And so yeah, that's a lot of duplicate parts with this. I apologize for some of the technical difficulties that I'm having with the camera. But yeah, so that's these. So this is looking fairly well for the kit. So now we're on our black pieces. This is more for the eyes, the shield, parts for the chest unit for the vents, like right here. So again, this is looking really nice. Yeah, the detail on here is not too bad. It's still a nice little glossy sheen, but it's not too bad. So yeah, that's really cool on how that looks. And now on the blue, this is where we again have parts for our side armor for the blaster, parts of the wings, the blaster wings, and then again we have another vent here, and this is H11, and then we have other parts for like joints and armor pieces for like the feet. So that's actually fairly cool. And we're actually getting to now our last piece, and this is probably going to be the more coolest portion of this. I'll show you those stickers in a little bit, but this is the last of the runners, and this is where we're seeing more of the cooler concept that they have with this. First of all, they actually have silver parts here for the inner frame and head that we can actually do. So it looks like the head is in two pieces. We also have the iconic Gundam V. We have its mouth and side pieces and portion of the top of the shield here. And then we have the eyes, which are a yellow transparent, and we have a part of the yellow V for the Gundam's iconic V shape. So this comes with two pieces that we will have combined with this. And yeah, that is really good detail for how well this all looks. We're going to have a lot of fun with doing with panel lining. So if you want to do a straight line, I would highly recommend at least working on the panel lines for this type of kit, because this will just make it pop so much more, and it'll make it look a lot cooler too. And lastly, we have our stickers. So let's see if I can get my camera to zoom in on those stickers for us. Alright. Okay, there we go. So managed to zoom in on all this, and now we can see that all of the detail stickers, and these are what I would probably have to recommend people for these kinds of stickers is to shoot, when you're done doing all your semi-detail work, shoot it clear on top of this model and be with a gloss clear, and then you would be able to apply all of these stickers and stuff like that, well, it not having what is called silvering, which is seeing the film edge of your models. You could also try and cut these the silvering out, but unless you're really good and have a really sharp knife, I would not recommend doing that. But look, so far that is this kit, and so this was the unboxing for this one kit. So alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. This was a fun unboxing for this wonderful unit, and yeah, this is actually really fun, going to be a fun kit to do. There's a lot of detail that you can do with this, so yeah. It's not too expensive. Again, there's certain places where it's sold out. Tried to look on Amazon, and it's kind of a little bit more expensive there, but at least you'll be able to find it. I tried looking up on the Gundam USA website, and unfortunately they're all sold out, but they also have the cheapest prices for this model kit. So I would definitely keep an eye out for that when they get restocked for those kits. Again, this came out in, I believe it was January, so it's been out for about 6 months. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I am probably going to be doing several other projects dealing with the Gundam Unicorn series by reviewing the Gundam Unicorn, Banshee, and Fennec, and possibly the Real Grade Shinenju that I actually have over here. So look forward to those next videos coming up. And again, a big thank you to all the subscribers. It's a passion of joy to have these kinds of content for you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode.